Let's talk about cyber torture, you know. Well, as Nils Mulder in his United Nations report, he just said that it's when the community and all of that trying to intimidate, harass, threat the person, unknown individual try to harass the person and all of that. Well, let me tell you something. This is coming from the government side, from the police side, you know. So today I had actually too many altercations where I'm being threatened by a police officer actually. Where what happened is that when I was walking down the street, there was this police officer. He just he put his hands on his gun, and looking at me, in a way that he's just, trying to intimidate me or harass me or some fucking shit like that. But anyways, that happened today one time, and I'm being, like when I'm just walking or enter somewhere or enter a shop or enter somewhere, I'm being, plus the directed energy weapons, of course. I'm being, people just come and stand like in a very, very short distance between me and them, They just come, like stand behind me or in front of me or, somewhere around me where it's just like the distance between us close, very close actually. So they get into my personal space, So this is a way, of course, of harassing or intimidating. If the person is just, bigger than the one who's been tortured, which is, he was bigger than me, So it's more that this could happen just one time, 2 times, 3 times, but when it happens 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, well, then that's like, a pattern of torture and harassment. So this has happened today. All through the day, and of course, when today, of course, since I was being so severely tortured by the directed energy weapons and all of that, one of them actually came and tried to intimidate and harass me. So I just literally with my elbow, I had to just push him back, just tell him, what the fuck, why are you just so close to me? And they say, oh, I don't speak. I told him, well, you should have just tap on my shoulder or just try to tell me, just please, I need some space to get in. And he told me, oh, I don't speak. So I thought that the guy was literally just cannot speak, as the deaf or something like that, but he wasn't, and that was actually a way of torture and harassment, But that's when this happens just once, that's alright, Everybody could take this shit once. Twice is alright, 3 times is alright, but when it happens repeatedly over a long period of time, well, that's a pattern of torture and harassment, But of course, the police wouldn't even dare to say this stuff, And if you want to intentionally get someone to be paranoid and all of that shit, so you have to, just put the police officer in his way and let the police officer just put his hand on the gun and looking at you in intimidating way. What is that implying? I know that this motherfucker wouldn't even dare to just point his gun at me. That's I'm pretty sure about, But still, that's a way of torture and harassment. When the Mauritian police trying to imitate the Egyptian ones as a way of threatening or intimidating, well, that's another thing, So that you just trying to intimidate and harass me by the Mauritian police, which they supposedly have no information about me. But of course, that's the Norwegian police and the Norwegian government, That's what they do. When they really want to end somebody's life, you have to end it that way. Now, if I'm telling you that the police officer did that, how should I feel around the police officers around here, or even not just here, or anywhere? How that should make me feel around police officers? It will make me feel hostile. It will make me feel, intimidated or threatened or that, or this, or that, or this, And people know when people get threatened to death and stuff like that. Well, shit happens, Shit goes down. Shit goes down that way. But hey, that's the Mauritian police. That's the Norwegian police, and of course saying this shit on the internet and put it on YouTube, well, that makes the Norwegian government situation looks even worse, because why would you bring a police officer trying to intimidate? You know, it's actually happened with the Egyptian ones. You know, it happened even in Norway, that I had to go to the police station and report the Norwegian government for that shit. I didn't report the government, of course, but I reported that this has happened. You know, so you know, imagine that, going to the police, telling them this and that and this and that, you know, and then telling them that, okay, well, you had a gun pointed at your head, you know, and then the Norwegian police just doing nothing about it, then that's a snitch of the Norwegian police. So when it happens in Norway, Mauritius and Egypt in the same fucking pattern, well, that's a problem, you know. Well, then there is, like, you know, a psychological torture pattern in here. That's called cyber torture.